benefits small. So what have I seen? Or you get the other part of the extreme, people who drink, 3, 4 Coca-Colas a day, which really is addictive, because now you have the combination of the chemicals, the caffeine, and the sugar. And people feel overwhelmed by thinking about trying to stop this. The good news is, if you can stop it for 7 days, so most people say, I can kind of do anything for 7 days. If you stop for 7 days, your body changes. That's the part, going back to my first statement, it's not about willpower, character, discipline. There is discipline, but not in this arena. There's discipline in saying, I'm going to go to the grocery store when I'm tired. That's where discipline comes in. But sugar is not about discipline. Sugar is about putting a food or a substance into your body that takes off physically and mentally without your desires. Now, how mentally? When your blood sugar level drops and you feel that little bit of low, or you can't focus or you can't think, you need something else to keep going. So you need that other sugar carbohydrate to bring it back up again. That's what I mean in that regard. Plus, in terms of weight loss or weight management, when your pancreas has to work harder, has to secrete more insulin so that you're not diabetic, when you have higher circulating levels of insulin, that leads to fat being deposited at a faster rate. So let's say Silene said, we have these magic vitamins we're going to sell, and they're going to cost everybody $500 a month. So they're pretty expensive. But for this $500 a month, you will A, not gain weight, 2, you will decrease your risk of heart disease by 50%, C, you will decrease your risk of diabetes by 50%, and D, you'll reduce your risk of Alzheimer's by 50%, and all we want is $500 a month. Don't you think there'll be thousands of people coming in here buying them? Yes. And what do you have to do? Not eat sweets. Because not only is sugar related to the epidemic of diabetes, what do I see in my practice? 25 years ago, I almost never saw adult onset diabetes. Maybe in a year I saw 5, 6 people. I see probably 10 people a month today, younger and younger. They're not the elderly, the retired, the 80-year-olds. They're young professionals between 35 and 55 who have gone too far, way too far, and now are in crisis without a paddle to get back. And it's honestly quite upsetting to see it over and over and over again, because people always ate candy cookies. People always ate candy, cookies, ice cream, but there's a difference between this cookie and that cookie. That cookie is 6. So if you go to Starbucks and eat 1 cookie, you're eating 6 cookies. So you say, I only have 1 a day. Well, 6 times 6, you've had 36 in a week. So we've lost our perspective of what a portion of anything is. And that intensity of the sweet will break down your body. Now, everyone, you go to a restaurant, what do they say? They blink their eye at you and they say, are you going to have dessert? We have the most fabulous pumpkin cheesecake. And you say, no, thank you. You really want it, but you say, no, thank you. Do they leave you alone? No, they do not leave you alone. They say, are you sure? So this is hard. If this weren't hard, we wouldn't be here. If this weren't hard, there wouldn't be a new book about how to do this every single week. So this is hard. What I want to do is simplify this for everyone. So 1, you know it's doable. 2, you see how to do it. And 3, you see what the challenges are or what the pitfalls are so you actually can manage it. So The foundation of what I'm saying is to work on avoiding the high sugar foods. You know, people can still overeat if they don't eat sweets. I didn't say anything about anything else. But the sugar calories, again, then deposit as fat. So what happens? You know, someone says, I gained 10 pounds. What did they gain? Did they gain muscle? No, generally they have a higher percentage of body fat. What happens when you have more fat on your body? Your metabolism is slower. So then you get caught in a negative cycle. You gain 10 pounds, your metabolism is slower, and then it's easier without, it's not that you have to eat more and more to gain more weight. You can eat the same or less and your body works against you. That's another trap. My body is working against me because I have too high a percentage of body fat. Sugar calories convert to fat quickly. So you eliminate one thing and it makes a huge difference. Okay? That's step one. The second step, or the other part that acts as a sugar in your body, is eating what I define as double starches. So now we're going to talk about something else. You know, there are a million diets. Let's do the one extreme and the other. One extreme is the Atkins approach. Don't eat any carbohydrates. Don't eat bread, don't eat rice, don't eat pasta, don't eat fruit, hardly even eat a string bean. Okay? Then we get the other side of the equation. You can eat all the rice, all the pasta, all the bread, all the potatoes you want, just don't eat 1 teaspoon of olive oil. And if you look at our culture and you are, you know, over